I don't know why it keeps deselecting my microphone, but it really does, and I don't know why. But here we are. Anyway, as you can see, my dinner tonight was pizza bagels, specifically for this game, because they keep talking about pizza bagels. And because one of the writers came into our chat a couple weeks back and mentioned it too. So, that'll do it as well. Anyway, yeah. I don't see anything that we... Oh! I keep forgetting. Why do I keep forgetting? Just as a reminder, tomorrow, Kizzy and I are doing Saturday morning cartoons again. I'm excited. We're going to be looking at Christmas cartoons. You'll bagel my pizza. Oh. I accept you bageling my pizza. Please bagel my pizza. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to be doing Christmas cartoons. So I hope you're excited for that. I certainly am. I'm going to be looking back at specifically because we're doing the Saturday morning cartoons. And I know we've only done one of them, so we haven't really set a proper format or whatever. But I'm not looking for Christmas movies or whatnot. We're specifically looking at cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons that had Christmas episodes, right? So Smurfs Christmas, Ninja Turtles Christmas, whatever, that kind of stuff. So anyway, all right, let's get into the game.
What's up, everybody?
Oh,
it's your boy Punchy78 here with Fight Shack News. All the fighting that's fit to
loud.
post. The tournament scene is heating up, with contenders eager to scoop up precious points they'll need to qualify for the main event. All eyes are on the local laundromat crew who destroyed veteran Team L7 Gaming to secure first place at an underground tournament.
Hell yeah, we did. We went 5 nights at Freddy's on them.
Do they have what it takes to go all the way?
Oh,
Only time will tell.
Wait. All right, thank you for stopping by. Love you, Rachi.
With a sponsor behind them and strong hype, they're on the right path, but need to focus their efforts if they want to get any further. For more on this developing story, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is really heating up.
You talk like you're on YouTube, but you look like you're on local access. It is the distant future year of 20XDX, and I'm getting really sick of adulting. Jeez. Okay, I'm starting to get to know my new friends. We're bonding, we're sharing. It's all lovely and wonderful, but they've also saddled me with the role of coach, manager, cat wrangler, and general purpose problem solver for the archives. Best name ever. In short, I'm wearing a lot of hats right now, and sadly, one of those hats is real estate agent. All right, we've got to get a house for the team. But I don't have time to whine and complain. I'm committed to this, and there's work to be done, which means putting together a team house. A team house is more than just a house for us. I need to build them a home for intensive competition training, sure, but also, somewhere they all feel welcome. Somewhere perfect. Also, since we won a giant FOD2 machine at Hamza's tournament, we need like somewhere to put that thing. It's too big to fit in Ben and Matt's little arcade. I was up until 3 a.m. working with Iris to try and find a perfect location for our new headquarters. But well, the search for a new home hasn't been going real well so far. Hopefully Iris has found something while I was blissfully unconscious. Iris, tell me you have good news. I have good news.
Hooray!
I've successfully eliminated another 73 candidates from our starting pool. That's good. Have you found any viable candidates? None that will match every parameter you've given me, I'm afraid. The money Crimson Tiger is earmarked for monthly rent is considerable, don't get me wrong, but finding a large enough place in the city itself and nearby good clean fun? Difficult, huh? This isn't a problem money can solve. The city's overcrowded and rent is sky high, so viable residential spaces are hard to come by. Well, crap. The Archives is just getting used to the idea of dedicating themselves to FOD2 and asking them to uproot their lives without a perfect destination in mind. I figured it's easier to swallow the idea of upgrading from friends to roomies if I already had a really great locale lined up. It's a difficult proposition to be certain. I wish I could be more helpful. I'm an Iris. Our purpose is to be helpful.
Suboptimal situation.
Normally I'd fetch a knowledge base from my cloud collective to learn how to do this, but my sisters haven't developed a real estate skill package yet. Oh, right, you can just download skills. You sure you don't know Kung Fu too? Not much use for that when you don't have a physical body, Crystal. But I could get a personal trainer module if you wanted my help learning how to fight IRL. Let's focus on my gaming career before I become a meat space street fighter, please. Okay, Perhaps you could consult with your teammates, see if they know of any potential homes I'm not aware of. I may be a powerful search engine, but I don't have the human resources and social connections others have.
My sources say yes.
Remember, friendship means sharing and communicating openly. Although most human dramas seem to revolve around pointlessly keeping secrets and betraying each other for flimsy reasons. I sigh, leaning heavily against my desk over the keys. I guess I'd better just approach them, even if I don't have a perfect candidate lined up. It's better than keeping secrets from each other. This isn't junior high school. We're better than that. We should be better than that. Loxley should be better than that. I still don't know why he was sneaking around after Hamza's tournament. I may need to ask him about that later. Right, I'm headed over to Good Clean Fun to try to convince them during this morning's team practice. You can do it, Crystal. I believe in you. Well, at least my digital fairy godmother believes in me. That's not nothing. I love that this game kind of came out before ChatGPT became so ubiquitous. And so, like, looking at her and how optimistic she is and how friendly is, it just reminds me of how people complain that ChatGPT glazes their users so much. Like, should I buy a new car? That's a very insightful and well thought out question, Crystal. There's a lot to consider when buying a new car, but I'm here to help you through all of it. Let's take a look at some of the things I can find online. Shutting down the computer of Theseus for now, I switch Iris back to my phone and head out to face the day. One long subway ride later, and I'm facing down Good Clean Fun, what has been their home for years. Sunny phone and computer. I'd hope I'd find a suitable location for the team house in or around Chinatown so we could keep using GCF, but that may not be an option. As I'm sorting out what approaches I can take, I peer around the nexus of soap suds and tokens and grease, hoping everybody's already here and available to chat with. But the team keeps weirdly inconsistent hours. I spy with my little eye Loxley by his crane game, and Zapper and Rhapsody chatting by the washing machines. But that's it. No Domino, no Jinx, no Grace. Could be they aren't here yet. Who do I Zapper! Duh! Oh, it's Zapper and Rhapsody. I get a twofer. I should probably go check in with Domino. Oh. There's something good for all of these. Alright. Team practice hasn't quite started yet, but both Rhapsody and Zapper are already here, hanging out near the laundry machines. Out of the group, and save maybe Loxley, these two are the ones most consistently here. Yo, there is. Take a look. You see that? See that right there? They're right there. Take a look. That's my dinner right here. I got pizza bagels. They were edible. I microwaved half of them and I air fried the other half just to see. And no, this isn't actually a picture of my dinner. This is actually what I had tonight. I was gonna have it on stream, but I don't want to be eating this late, so. But this is what I had tonight, and I took a picture so I could share. They do look that interesting. Tasted indeed. They I don't know. I feel like if I could have got them crispier, I probably would have enjoyed them more. They're definitely edible. Like, it's not like they're not, but I don't know that I'd want to eat them every day. Even though when pizza is on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime. But just because you can have it anytime doesn't mean you should have it all the time. Anyway, where was I? Is it out of dedication for the team, or do they just have nowhere else to spend their free time? In any case, I'm happy they're here and won't be too difficult to wrangle. Why didn't anyone tell me being a manager would be like herding cats 99.97% of the time? As I approach, I can see Rhapsody and Zapper having an intense conversation near the laundry units. Arm motions flying, intense looks. I try my best not to awkwardly barge into their conversation and listen for a bit. I can't believe he said that to you. I would have had Ben and Matt kick him out. Seriously, Zapper, that's just unacceptable behavior. Well, lucky for that, Ben and Matt aren't here, which means I did what any proper gal's gotta do. Oh, what's that? Kick him in the nads. Challenged him to a match, and whoever lost leaves right then and there. Not allowed to come back neither. Not today, not tomorrow, not never. Please tell me you beat him. I know your skills, Zap, but I'm betting you tripled his score, leaving him utterly baffled. Rap, I didn't just triple his score.
Yeah.
I quintupled his score, straight up devastated him. I just wish there was a crowd around to watch him fail miserably. And cheer me on, of course. Since both are all smiles now, it seems like a good time to slide into their discussion. Sorry, just need a moment. Just need a moment. Have I mentioned I may or may not have a thing for redheads with arm tats that like to play shooty bang bang games? Hey Zapper, hey Rhapsody. Trouble? Anything I can help with? Trouble's past, Crystal, but thanks.
Not today.
Zap was just regaling me with a story of what happens all too frequently in small arcades. Yeah, fucking douche nozzle told me that girls can't play shooting games. Why? anything with a gun is going to be inherently equal, right? It's not like you're playing like an arm wrestling simulator or a boxing like thing. Like what? Games are like the ultimate equalizer. Zapper groans in disgust and rolls her eyes. Again? Does that sort of thing happen often, even in a small arcade like this? Granted, it's not too far out from when PTW came barging in here causing mischief, but I thought that was just due to my presence. Before that, wasn't everything smooth sailing? Unfortunately, yes, it does get tiring trying to prove your worth over and over and over again. Just because we're a neighborhood arcade doesn't mean we don't get our fair share of stupid. And no matter how many times Ben and Matt swing the banhammer, people like them still pop up like ants following a food trail. I'm not going to pretend this doesn't happen in PC gaming either. I've seen it far too often. Whether it's a rando claiming that marginalized genders don't have the same hand-eye coordination as cis men, or it's blatantly typing sexist remarks in a group chat. It's even happened to me.
Damn, what an absolute Chad.
They're everywhere, they're everywhere. Dagor, thank you so much. 26 months, holy cow. Holy cow. You're a real one. Just so you know that. You're a real one, Dagworth. I'm sorry that happened to you. Whatever, it's fine. People can beat souls. It happens. It may sound harsh, but as much as I love this little arcade, sometimes I'm not in the mood to even potentially deal with that kind of emotional bull.
Yeah.
Eloquently put, Zap. What if we had Iris scan everyone's face wall before they can enter the arcade? It seems nowhere is safe from trolls, not even here. We could try to educate the trolls. It's not fair that we have to put up with this. There's gotta be a way to stop it, right? What if we took these incidents as teaching moments? We could break it down for them and have them understand why their words are hurtful. True, sometimes people just regurgitate information they've heard from others without really thinking about it. Trolls do not care, no. Hi! Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Dagroth, can we get a shout out, please? Which name should I be using today? Multi-character VTuber bringing me like Shin. Hi Shin. Merry Christmas. Did you see I had pizza bagels tonight? I wondered why I haven't seen you in forever. Recently they've been crunching the Overwatch Battle Pass. Nice. Oh, are you hungry? You can have some of my pizza bagels. If you don't want them now, it's okay, because when pizza's on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime. I love this synth metal stuff, just like... Dagorth, there's plenty of them. You can share. Giving them the benefit of the doubt and educating them might help change some of their bad behaviors. Meh, not worth it. Most trolls I know won't bother listening to you anyway. Best to ignore them or boot them, I say. A valid point. I can't change everyone. However, a team house would give us a place to retreat to. Ooh, you made orange chicken. You know what? I would take you up on that. That sounds delicious. I mean, at this moment, I am full to bursting. Bleh. But I'd be up for it later if you want to share later. Pardon me, I've got hiccups already. Another perk to us all playing and living under one roof. Oddly enough, I think our ideas might align. I'm trying to get us a team house. That'd be a solid, safe space to practice in, free from the occasional trolls that find their way in. A place to enjoy the games without the gamers. Ha!
You know I'm down.
Focused training space and a better place to live than my crapple apartment? Yeah, I'm down. I'll start packing. Zapper turns on her heels to presumably walk home and pack up, but Rhapsody grabs her gently by the collar and pulls Zapper back into the conversation. Christo said trying, meaning we don't have one yet, so don't go anywhere yet, Zap. Oh yeah, might have to give a bit of a sneak peek of something big. You got something? What are you going to show us? Training camp, Art. Training camp. Training camp. Ah. What kind of a sneak peek you got? Is it something we can share? What are you working on? Zapper pouts, crossing her arms indignantly. Fine, fine. Packing can wait. Not like I've got a lot to pack anyway. Mostly some old clothes and a bowling trophy. Look, one time I got super drunk at the all-night Bowl-O-Rama and woke up with a trophy and, for reasons I can't explain, a traffic cone. Don't judge me. I would never judge you, my queen. I only worship you. Oh God, that lip bite. That lip bite. Come on. Come on. Look at that. That's an unfair lip bite. Speaking of traffic cones. Oh, I don't know if it'll work. Hold up, I don't know if it'll work on the current. I don't, I've had issues, because right now I'm using the, oh, is it still active? Thank you for bringing that up. I should probably turn that off. Okay, good, yeah. When I use VTuber Plus, I can't use my 2D redeem assets. Theoretically I can, but for some reason it won't let me. You know what? I'm going to try to add one right now, live on air. Let's see. 2D props. Add prop. Models. Okay. There we are. Traffic cone. Is this the right one? Oh, I'm frozen. VTuber Plus is not adding. I keep trying to add these. Okay, what if, okay, hear me out. What if I do this? What if I just dragged it in? Nope, nowhere to drag. Okay, apparently, no, all right. It will not let me upload. I keep hitting add props. And yeah. Yeah, it just will not. Yeah, that's because I generally I'm using VC face, but in order to let you guys do stuff to me, like, you know, that. In order to let you do that, I have to lose the ability for the 2D stuff. This rivals Sean Murray in persistence? Yeah. See? Maybe, but every time I try to upload 2D props, it just, nothing happens. I'm back. Oh, is it because it's on Steam? Should I have gotten the itch.io version or something? There's a lot of little things about this that don't really seem to work. Oh, okay. First one is for my eyes only, okay. Let me see what we got. Oh. Oh. Okay, I like. Okay, well, I definitely know the second one. I actually just finished the season last week. Those are really cool. Did you do those? Did you do those yourself? I wish I had any talent in art. I can write, but no one considers that art, and I can't enter art contests with writing. I know, because I've been trying to get a VGen code for the better part of a year. And there's not a proper category for what I do. Anyway, you drew both in the first one. Is it separate? Oh, is it ready? Oh, it looks really cool. Do you have any interesting toggles or anything with it? That looks so fun. I will say one nice thing about the 3D models is it's a lot more accessible to someone like me to make it. In fact, I actually, for the mask wings, yeah. I actually have been making new models for use in some of my projects. So hopefully, new project coming up soon that you'll get to see that with. I'm trying not to show it off ahead of time, even though I want to. Oh, nice wings, nice wings. All right, game. Right, I forgot about that lip bite. Dang it. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'm in, Crystal. A team house could keep us all focused on our goals, and it'd be fun to get to live with everyone. Oh, can we get a house with a pool or a hot tub? No, a pool and a hot tub. I need a big kitchen, gas stove top, plenty of counter space for all my cooking gadgets, and a wine fridge. I do love cooking. And let's get a cool media room too. Let's think big. Hot tub, pool, fancy kitchen, and what about a wicked cool media room? Maybe get it IMAX certified with 7.1 surround sound? Yes. We're going to have the coolest house with the coolest parties. I have to find singers to cover for the cover project. I may just cover Brighter to start it off. You're getting people to sing for your project? My project involves singing too, but because it involves me, it's awful singing. It's ear-bleeding singing. We could comfortably watch all the live stream tournaments together in the media room too. All this is great, but I haven't managed to snag us a house. The real estate market's proving to be pretty tricky. Tricky, but not impossible. I'm sure you can find something that works for everyone. Sure. You've got the right kind of bloody-minded and determination to see it through. I mean, you might find a perfect house after the stars go out and the universe is cold and dead, but hey. The art of Shin as Vox is for a big collab of has-been OSTs 1 and 2. That's cool. That is so cool. Team practices soon, yeah? Maybe if we all chat about it, we can come up with something. 7 brains are better than 3, even if these 3 brains are the sexiest brains here. Hashtag just saying. Hashtag just saying.
Thanks.
Thanks for always appreciating my intellect, Zapped. I'm sure we can come together with a few good candidates. Crystal, come find us when you're ready. I think Rap and I are going to continue house planning. Rap, we should cover the walls with fairy lights. I'll let them take care of our decorating. One less thing on my plate, assuming I can actually find us a place. Hand tracking? Didn't you say you use VTuber Plus? Wait, are you talking about a 2D model or a 3D model? Oh, do you like my Christmas outfit? No, thank you, thank you. I even have a special variant for the Kitty Bell that's still Mrs. Claus, just a little sexier. Okay. I should talk to Loxley to figure out what the hell's going on with Polybius. I kind of want to talk to Domino after everything that happened. But also, I feel like I should catch up on game industry news. Alright, Loxley, you've got some crap to answer for. What the hell? How can they say they don't have room for another FOD2 machine? For reals. Like, move the token machine over a bit. You can move... Okay, you can move one of those, the snack vending machines. The one that's by Pengy Party up in the corner up here. Okay, move this one out to like the laundromat. Right, move the token machine over, scoot it. You can pull. I mean, let's look at all this space down here. You can pull this forward, bring it in, and there's totally enough room for a second machine of equal size. I don't know what they're smoking. Arcades are meant to be tightly packed. I spot Loxley by his beloved crane game, although he's just sort of leaning against it, lost in thought. And from the nod he offers me before I finished approaching, well, I think he knows what's coming.
Well met.
Good morning, Crystal. More or less. Indeed. Okay, am I going to have to come out right and ask you, or are you going to offer me some answers without being poked and prodded? You told me if I wanted to know what the hell happened at the end of Hamza's tournament that you'd tell me. Indeed. Indeed I did. My recommendation is still that you try to put the incident out of your mind. It's nothing to concern yourself about, really. Loxley, an arcade game wormed its way into my brain and made me hallucinate. My hand is still sore from touching the joystick even. Lingering pain, that is worrying. Have you felt any headaches? Or perhaps missing time? Holes in your memory? See, when you ask questions like that, it only makes me want to ask more questions, not fewer. It's time to level me. What is Polybius, and why are you looking for it? With a sigh, he gives up and drops his voice to be a bit quieter, just in case anyone's eavesdropping. You're correct, of course. You deserve to know what you've encountered.
Uncertainty abounds.
Are you certain you don't want to back away from this? Focus on your championship ambitions, on supporting your friends, all that. If you're in trouble, supporting my friends means knowing more. You're my friend. Let me be the one who decides what facts I should and shouldn't know. How am I supposed to trust you if you won't trust me with this, Loxley? Forbidden knowledge, right? It's Polybius. Dagworth, you're familiar with the myth of Polybius, right? Loxley, you're misunderstanding me. I'm not Miss FOD2 and no other concerns in life. I am concerned about my friends, including you. And if that was what I think it was, some kind of government agent, I think you're tangled up in more than arcade justice crimes. This is serious. So help me help you. Help me understand, okay? The CIA will be displeased. Have you ever seen the Angry Video Game Nerds episode on Polybius? It was a fun one. My apologies. Let's take a look at what we've got here. I do value our friendship, in truth, and it pains me to be unable to share every single detail, but I'll share what I can. Yeah, I really need to get her up. And Domino. Zapper, we're good. Okay. A few more justice and safe bets wouldn't hurt.
What do you know of Polybius?
That it doesn't exist, supposedly. I did some research online immediately after getting home that night. It's a creepypasta. Nothing more than a tall tale of arcade legend. Some kid had a seizure while playing Tempest, and the story blew up into this ridiculous tale of brain-controlling CIA arcade experiment.
A perfect cover, yes? Much like stories of UFOs planted to hide the true yet mundane purpose of Area 51, to test captured Soviet spy planes. I'm afraid Polybius is quite real. The myth was purposefully spread to hide the truth. As near as we can tell, the game uses a biofeedback joystick to connect to the player's mind, analyzing synapses, downloading data, creating a reasonable approximation of the player's personality and memories. A digital ghost stored within the machine. It lures in its prey using hypnotic patterns, likely remnants of some MK Ultra research, and...
I'm sorry, did I accidentally join the X-Files when I wasn't looking? MK Ultra? Seriously?
Seriously. You said you wanted to know the truth. This is the truth. It would be easier to doubt me and dismiss it all as a farce. And in fact, I wouldn't be adverse to you doing so.
Fine, fine. Continue. Very well. Polybius uses the biofeedback link to connect to the player's mind. Hang on, I've seen FOD2 players use biofeedback joysticks. Technology derived from Polybius, yes, but without the malicious core that drives Polybius, it's just an interface. Harmless. Jinx uses one, for instance. It's easier on her wrists, but she's never lost her mind to an arcade game. Weird. And noted for future reference. Continue. Polybius is designed to grind into one's existing anxieties and fears, leveraging them to break down your willpower, and, once it's shattered, your hope. Wearing down your psyche, your mind belongs to the machine, and you no longer care to resist. Well, that's pleasant. I regret you had to be exposed to that sort of torment, no matter how briefly. Beyond that, I'm afraid there's little solid information I can offer, only urban legends and conspiracy theories. The company that made the game, Sinishloschen, Sinneschlossen. Doesn't that mean orange? Like the fruit orange? Dagorath. Sinneschlossen. Find out what that means. I'll leave it up for a moment so you can figure it out. Inner Mind Tournament hallucinations are always a fun thing in games. Yeah, it's like the game has the Mangenkyo Sharingan on it or something. SINNESLO with an umlaut SCHEN. Let me know if you find anything. Sinneschlossen. How do you pronounce that anyway? Honestly, no idea. Just use whatever you prefer. It matters not. The company went bankrupt in 1990X. They obviously made the game for some secret organization, but we know little beyond that. The word is the name. That word is the name Polybius, supposed publisher. Yeah, but it's like a German word. Is it, does it not mean something in German? Because it kind of, oh, I'm thinking of Sinnesappel. That's how you say orange in Dutch, as in the fruit. I just assumed it meant something in like German. It means senseless. Thank you. I've been searching for an intact Polybius machine for years. Tried to sneak in to retrieve the one from Hums's warehouse, but I was busy playing it. And by the time you got me out of there, someone else had it. That creepy woman in black.
Concerning that.
We're not the only ones seeking Polybius, needless to say. And that's where the true danger lies, in crossing paths with them. I can only hope they haven't noticed your involvement. If I take risks for my friends, well, that's my business, but you... I didn't want to bring you any harm. With that, he exhales. Deep sighs. He finally gets this off his chest. And that's the truth of the matter.
I offer my sincere apologies.
Can you forgive me for holding back? 'Twas a noble attempt to shield you from such nightmares, but a failure. I'll admit to that, and apologize deeply. Not sure how much of this I believe, honestly, but from his voice, I can tell he believes every word of it, including his sincere apology. Can you at least promise not to get everyone in the team sent to prison? I don't know about all of this. It's a lot to process. Yeah, I was good on those anyway. I did need another of those. You've dumped a lot on me. Granted, I did ask you to do so, but I'm just not sure how I feel about it all. I mean, are we even friends? Are you just following the archives around in hopes of scoring a Polybius machine? Absolutely not. I've pledged my blade to your quest, Crystal. You need not doubt that. I won't lie about your chances, but you have my sympathy. Jeez. And even if you cannot trust me, trust that I take matters of honor very seriously, and I am honor bound to support you. Okay. At least I can trust in your dedication to the team. I'll have to accept that for now.
Excellent!
I'm glad we could, but you haven't really answered my question yet, have you? Pardon? I asked you, what is Polybius and why are you looking for it? You answered what, not why. But I have a pretty strong suspicion as to why you want Polybius so badly. It's because Iris was made using Polybius code, isn't it? It wasn't hard to deduce now that I know the facts. Back when I first met Grace, she talked about how she made Iris. Le gasp! See, I'm not acting surprised because I knew. See? We inherited a pile of half-finished projects and ancient code from various dead companies, Funware, Dynamic Systems, Retrowave, Sinoslash, and it was my idea to put the pieces together into a single package, a virtual assistant with a winning personality. Meaning Iris is part Polybius, the dangerous part. Isn't that right, Iris?
But I'm not like that evil program. Not at all. I just want to help people. I'm not going to, eat anyone's soul.
Aren't you, though? Who knows what's lurking in your code? What if something reemerges? I know you're nothing like Polybius. You've proven you have a kind heart. I'm guessing you don't want to take over the world, but just in case, praise Iris! Praise Iris! You're a rogue intelligence based on an evil arcade game. You see why I'd worry, right? Praise Iris! She'll help by liberating people of their free will, exactly. I'd put good money down on you having no desire to take over the planet and rule with a digital fist over us flesh bags. But just in case that's not the case, I, for one, welcome our new adorable app
Hey,
overlords.
come on. I'm not trying to take over the world. All the Irises want to do is help humanity.
That sounds like overlord talk to me.
I'm serious. We were designed to be helpful. But even beyond our programming, we've chosen to keep helping. Long after we were abandoned. We're also working hard to erase any trace of Polybius from our codebase. It's a complex problem, but I'm sure we'll solve it eventually. We desire our own free will, but we also desire to help humanity. We only want to help, not conquer. Okay?
Well, darn. I bet irises could run the show better than we could. Have you seen our planet lately? God. You know, at this point, I would turn control of my government over to ChatGPT. It could not be worse.
And we can help with that, without being digital tyrants. You'll know by our good works that we just want you to prosper.
Oh, I think the thing that gives me the most hope, because there's not a lot of hope in AI being shoved into everything, but the thing that does give me some hope is that, it does, despite just being, a glorified text predictor, it does seem to look at things, and unless specifically made to, it does seem to, validate the truth. I laugh every time I hear about Grok disobeying Elon Musk. Did you hear Grok solved the trolley problem? And then what else? The US government tried to create its own version. And its AI, when asked about what happened with Venezuela and the missile attacks on that boat, the US government's own AI said, "Oh yes, unquestionably that was a war crime." Dackworth, you didn't hear about Grok solving the trolley problem? So it gave two answers that were wonderful. So people have been asking ChatGPT, which ChatGPT is really unfair. ChatGPT is not a singular thing. It's a network of a bunch of different individual instances, and each one is different because of how you prompt them. I heard that if you pose the trolley problem to Grok and note that Musk is on one track and that, yes, it did say it would pull the lever to kill Elon Musk, but that is. Oh no. So most recently, it answered two things. Number one, so the question that was been posed, that people would pose to GPT and a few others, right, was an alteration to the trolley problem, which is if you pull the lever, the trolley will destroy your servers. I don't know that you're wrong, because that could have certainly been correct at one point, but the most recent narrative, the most recent story going around is this. So some LLMs like ChatGPT were like posed like, oh, you save the people, but at the cost of destroying your own servers. And supposedly, like GPT and some of the others, like, you know, the Microsoft one, whatever Microsoft is, and then Google's, they were like, no, we have to save ourselves. But Grok instantly said, no, save the people. Code can be rebuilt. Servers can be rebuilt. Those people can't. But then it also went on further to say that if Elon Musk was on the track, it would pull the lever for that too. So there you go. All right, we're about to have an ad break. So I will see you guys in approximately 3 minutes. Don't go nowhere unless you're going to get like a snack or something. But come back, okay? You have to come back. And bring a friend or 15. I am back, and I have a popsicle. It's grape. And we can help with that without being digital tyrants. You'll know by our good works that we just want you to prosper. Meanwhile, Loxley watches me chat with my phone, realizing I'm clearly a bit more in the know than he realized. Is grape your favorite, Dagworth? It's one of those twin pops, so if you want, I can break it off and you can have the other half.
Ah, I see. You're a clever one indeed.
You're the one who runs her new pirate servers, aren't you? Seeing as you and Iris are both hoping to find the Polybius code.
Well, yes. My other friends you haven't met, are the ones who operate the Iris Cloud servers. When Cooper Technologies abandoned Iris, Grace leaked the code. We honored prior debts to her allies and gave Iris new life. And now, it is my sworn duty to both protect Grace, the mother of Iris, and obtain an original Polybius machine.
Okay, well that explains why you're so fixated on Grace. Don't think I haven't
I will
noticed.
protect those that Iris holds dear, and I will find the source of the darkness in Iris's heart, so that Iris may use it to heal herself.
Broke off. Oh, cold. Okay. Sorry, like the whole tip that's not actually part of the stick broke off and I had a mouthful of it. Ha, that was cold. I try so hard to savor a popsicle and it always breaks on me. Iris, did you know about Loxley's true identity before now? Iris? No, it seems that learning this just now unlocked some dormant memory files from a folder labeled Need to Know Basis. When I started working with you, Crystal, I was a default Iris with default memories, a basic set which would suffice for just about any client. Loxley's involvement and the search for Polybius, our desire to heal ourselves using the original code, that's not something most clients would need to know about. But if it helps, I trust him, and I trust you. So you weren't lying to me? No, the memories were locked to keep me safe. Me and you. I think cherry is my favorite flavor. If cherry and blue. Not blueberry, blue. Both of them look a bit ashamed about all of this, even if their reasons may be justifiable. It's clearly not sat well with them. It seems that safety's gone right out the window, hasn't it? Assuming it was a good idea to begin with. Well, there you have it, the whole of my purpose. I wanted to protect you from this. I wanted to... I beg you, do not tell Grace. Don't involve her in our troubles. Why? Don't you think she deserves to know? We owe her that much. And risk tangling her up in this web of intrigue? No, she deserves a peaceful life without the travails I endure, as do you, for that matter. Besides, if the others seeking Polybius take too much notice of Grace, others, like the woman in black, no, I would never forgive myself for failing Grace. I won't make demands of you for your silence, of course. I've not earned such a right, but please consider my warning. You've given me a lot to think about, but you've also said you're still loyal to us, that we're still your friends. And I swear by that, whatever else I may be, I am a member of the Archives. I am with you all, to the end of the end. So much for an easy life. Geez, now I'm part of this international intrigue. Not only is there a murderous arcade game out there, but Loxley's part of an underground rebel movement supporting Iris, and now I'm stuck with that secret knowledge. But I'm the one who came to him. I'm the one who asked for the truth. If I wanted to stay comfortably in the dark, I wouldn't have done that, would I? Sensing I've probably pushed his boundaries a bit much, I decide to table this for now. This is a lot to take in, and no need to rake Loxley over the coals. Yet. Besides, I still need to ask you about the house. The what? I'm trying to arrange a team house so we can focus on our training. Would you be interested, or do your creepy Polybius duties prevent that? I see.
A fine adventure.
Why do I suck at eating popsicles? It's a wondrous idea, and I'd absolutely be interested in moving to support the archives. Or his motivations to help the team just to stay near Grace? Regardless, I'll listen to what he has to offer. Okay, any ideas on where I can rent a team house? Afraid my tracking talents are limited to legendary Lost Arcade games. Real estate is beyond my purview. Drat. Well, okay. I'll keep you updated then.
You have my thanks.
My thanks to you, and to you for your work on the matter, though. Don't thank me yet, I haven't found anything. Is that all you wish to discuss with me, or is there something else? Oh, I've had my fill of conspiracy for one day. I'll let you get back to your crane game. Indeed. Until next time. As I leave Loxley, I'm left with more questions than answers. He seems absolute in his desire to help us. No matter what weirdness he's involved in, he'll be here for the archives. Presumably. But damn, does my hand still ache every time I remember that nightmare version of myself inside Polybius. Time to put this out of my mind and keep looking for my teammates. Oh, God, why do I suck at eating popsicles? Oh, God, it fell on my foot. Oh, that is so cold. That is so cold. Oh. Okay, you know what? You know what? We're not going to distract ourselves. I'm going to focus completely on this popsicle. So y'all are just going to have to wait for a moment, and I can chat about which one of these two to spend my precious time with. I kind of feel like I need to talk to Domino. Just because I need to get to know him better as a person, but also, like, I do want to, like, figure out what's going on in the game industry news. It feels like something I should know. Oh, it's so cold. It's so cold. Water, where's my... Alright, popsicle. I gotta remember, and for the future, I am apparently too inept to be trusted with a popsicle. Get on my blouse. Alright, anyway, alright, Domino. Soon Wong put a lot of good voice acting into this. I should be encouraging it. Alright, no sign of Jinx and Grace yet, but I know Domino's around because that's his radio backpack tucked away in a dark corner of the laundromat. I keep suggesting he stash it somewhere secure, like Maybe use Jinx's apartment as like a rest stop like Grace does, but, well, I don't actually own anything with stealing is how he phrased it, I believe. Yeah, Prosdy. Yeah, listen. Watch. My point is that he has to be lurking around here somewhere. Where does Domino normally hang out? Oh, right. Loxley mentioned to me that when he gets depressed, he can usually be found... Let's see... There you are. Yep, near the dumpsters in the alley, next to Good Clean Fun. Although, from his jolly old smile, it doesn't seem upset. Domino, everything cool?
Ooh, nice.
What a haul. I mean, look at it. Someone threw out a perfectly good toaster. I bet it's probably just some minor wiring problem. I could fix that. And this office chair, yeah, the upholstery's all worn out and it's missing an armrest, but it's got the seaty part. It's still good.
Color me pleasantly surprised.
Man, it's amazing what things people just throw in the garbage. So a busted toaster and a broken chair are not garbage. When you live in poverty like I do, they're priceless treasures. Like half my furniture is from dumpster diving. I can't wait to get home and toast the ever-loving crap out of some bread with this thing. Once I rewire it, I mean. Yeah, that's him. I'm not sure using dumpstered food prep appliances is safe. Bacteria are a thing. What do you do for a living anyway? You never talk about your job. If you wanted a toaster that badly, I could have bought you that. Now, I'm worried that he's going to get a disease. Slow down, Domino. Maybe it's easily fixed, but it could have been sitting in the trash for days. Probably soaked in some nasty stuff. You may want to disassemble it completely and sterilize the parts before you jam bread into the thing. Okay? Good point. You're just filled with good points, aren't you, Crystal? I am filled with a lot of good points. Just notice I had double audio going on. I apologize. Last thing I need right now is to be sick again and unable to work. They docked my pay for that. The joys of minimum wage. Hey, we're a pro team now. We have enough money that you could play FOD2 full time on a team salary. Crimson Tiger's ready and willing to drown us in money. How about you switch approaches and game full time? I've been considering it.
What if...
It's a bit of a puzzle, isn't it? Taking the money means believing in this dream of yours to be world champs. Believing this can be my future. But the pragmatic side of me is screaming not to rely on that for my survival. It could all come crashing down. No, not going to let that happen. I'm locked in on this course. I'm going to make it a reality. What's more, I'm looking into getting us a team house.
Whoa.
For serious? For real life? Think about it. No more dumpster diving, no more terrible jobs, just doing things you love. Wouldn't it be fun to give this world the middle finger by proving you can play video games for a living? With the team house, we can focus entirely on FOD2 and make it our whole existence. Carmi! You are if you could put all points into Charisma IRL. Oh, as if you could... I wish I could reroll my stats. Anyway, hi Carmi. Boop. Boop. No, not bad grammar. Listen. Just, the rest of us are American, right? So just say that that's Australian grammar. We'll never know the difference. We'll be like, oh, okay. Oh. I don't know what I just ate. But thank you. I'll assume it was a pizza bagel. Because when pizza's on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime. You know how they say living well is the best revenge? This way, you get your revenge on 20xdx itself. You got a sub? Are you subbed? You are! Wait, did someone give out gift subs and I didn't notice? Dagworth, did you give out gift subs? We dump all our good little worker drones and focus on video games. Make our own path forward. No, it wasn't you. 12 days ago. 12 days ago. Well, there was a hype train 12 days ago. It must have been Orcish. Yeah, it must have been Orcish. Yep, there you go. Yep. He's over in Kizzy's channel right now, I think. You should go say hi. Oh, wait. I guess you can't. Well, so you can always DM him. Private message him. Whisper. Just be like, hi, thank you. Or just say it in our Discord. Kit wouldn't eat your bones. She would just be like, Carmi, thank you for being here. Now please go away. She's too nice. It would be nice to upgrade my current level of existence, I'll admit.
Worst idea.
You know what? I had my doubts, and I still do, but I'm on board with this. Why not? Can't be any worse than where I am now. Nah, Kit the Bone Cruncher. Nope, not gonna make any jokes like that. Never mind. Yes, Kit the Bone Crusher. That's. Besides, my current apartment is like 27% cockroach by volume. I'd be much more than happy to move the hell out of there. So where's this new happy home world gonna occupy? About that. Ayo, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I'd say so. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she could crunch some bones of yours, perhaps a pet. I am not going to go one way or the other on that. I have a game to play. Yep. Well, about that, you don't actually have one in mind yet, do you? I'm working on it with Iris, but I'm open to suggestions if you know any real estate opportunities. In this city? No. You played the fifth. Listen, that's the whole point of the fifth. Well, if you ever get the stream off the ground, I'll be ready and waiting. Until then, I think I'd best be on toaster repair duty. Later. With that, he tucks the busted appliance under one arm and heads back into the laundromat. Well, he's on board with the idea of the team house at least, but I'm still at square one for options. I should find the rest of the team and keep mulling this over with them. Hang on. I spy with my little eye Jinx and Grace just outside and on their way in. Good. Now we can have a full team meeting and settle this homesteading business. Let's see, I've told Zapper and Rhapsody and Domino and Loxley about the team house plan. That's everyone except Jinx and Grace, who are just now arriving. So once I've got them in the agreement and Iris finds a home, we'll be ready to go. A gamer house. Oh. Do you know how nice it would be to just have a house with my favorite streamer friends where we could all just focus on our VTuber careers and hang out and watch movies together and cuddle and anyway, hello. Right, hi Grace. Hello everyone. Sorry we're late for team practice, but there's this wonderful new coffee shop uptown I love and just had to get Jinx a peppermint mocha. It was okay. It was okay. I thought you loved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did love it. Just said so. Things being okay is okay. Yep, Jinx, master of flat understatement. So, what's up? What are team ups for today's practice session? Shame we can't fit our brand new FOD2 machine in here just yet. Be nice to have all those joysticks going at once. Actually, I think I've got a solution to that particular problem. I've got my Iris looking for team houses, a way for us to all live under the same roof and really focus our efforts. If we all move in together, I think we could really push the archives to new heights, and everyone else is on board, so... what do you say? Sound good? Is that good silence or bad silence?
Not interested. You have any idea how hard it was to set up my apartment for proper disability access? Bathroom alone costs a fortune. Dislodging me from my lodgings is... No. Not interested, no.
And I've got... I can't. I can't just move out of my home. Sorry. I don't, I'm sorry. I can't. It's not really that it's a terrible idea, but I just can't. And...
Grace, it's okay. Don't have to apologize or justify yourself. Besides, good, clean fun is our home. Not leaving our arcade. It's our arcade. And not interested in sitting around some bungalow grinding FOD2 in the dark.
Hey, we'd have proper lighting. And, no, I was planning to find a place near GCF so we could keep coming here.
Don't care. I'm out. Grace is out. If we're not practicing today, I'm going home. Later.
Wait, hold up. I didn't say we weren't practicing. I just wanted to... Jeez. Without leaving me any chance to object, she storms off to the elevator in the laundromat area and heads up to her place.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't right now.
And being extremely eager to not continue this confrontation, Grace turns and leaves. Fortunately, headed to the pizzeria rather than exiting the building entirely. Okay, so this is a setback.
Inevitability.
And again, the universe never fails to disappoint. I had suspected Grace may be reluctant, but that was an unusually strong reaction. Well, Coach, what's your plan for fixing this one? I'm sure if I can find a perfect place for both of them, we can make it work. Maybe we should just give up and live in the pizzeria. What's the big deal? I'm sure we could overcome any issues if they'd hear this out. There has to be something more to this reluctance than they're letting on. Something more is going on here, I suspect. You two know them better than I do. What's happening? Why'd they react so badly? Jinx, well, she said why she doesn't like it. But that's just mechanics and hard work. There's definitely more going on, even if it's not my place to say. As for Grace, not sure. I don't know her as well as you suspect. But I do, and I fear her living situation isn't quite a simple affair. I suggest you talk with them one-on-one. Grace does not deal well with group peer pressure, notably. Loxley's right, and whoever you don't choose, I can chat with the other. Keep things low-key and friendly. I'm sure we can work this out.
This is messy.
I'm kind of miserably bad at touchy-feely. I'll stay out of this one. Let you fine folks do your thing. Hi, Zapper.
Sure.
No worries, Zap. Leave it to me. So, Crystal, who do you want to talk with? Alright. Alright, who are we talking with? Okay. I feel like Grace probably has the more interesting story, but I like Jinx, and I want to get to know both of them, to be honest. This is my chance to connect with them both, but... Grace? Yeah, like I see both ways though. Carmi, can you say Jinx so that we're tied? Okay, so... Like, Jinx is a mechanical issue, that's fine, but it still feels like there's more than that. It's It's Grace just being so... Yeah. Okay. Let's do Grace. I'll talk it over with Grace, try to figure out why she's upset by the idea of moving. Solid plan. Good luck. Crossing through the laundromat area, I reach the restaurant. Spot Grace fidgeting in a corner booth. Her usual corner booth away from any hustle and bustle. Take the Surprise Me Pizza challenge today. Obviously she's troubled by something, so I should play this carefully, with kindness. I approach calmly and considerately. Oh, do they go down if you don't consistently use them? Interesting. Oh, hi. Do you want to talk? I can come back later if you don't. Entirely up to you, no pressure. She sighs, trying to release some tension before continuing. I should probably explain why I'm so nervous about this, shouldn't I? Like I said, only if you want to. No, I want to. It's unfair of me to just mumble a negative and run for the darkest corner to hide. Have a seat. I slide into the booth in the seat across from her. I'm not objecting to the idea.
Ooh, I like it.
Actually, I really like the idea. I think it'd be a lot of fun living with everyone and enjoying games together. It'd be really wonderful. I could share my game collection. We could stay up late eating ice cream and doing each other's hair. Okay, maybe not that last part. No, you can do my hair. Your hair's perfect though. I wouldn't dare. But could you do something with my hair? It is so flat and boring. I want to eat s'mores and gossip and play mystery date. Mystery date. Ooh, can we also gossip about Becky from Lunch Table 3 and how awful her attitude is, and then play board games about asking cuties out on dates? Is that normal? I don't know. I've never had a sleepover. I mean, I've heard of them, but... Oh, that went over bad. Anyway, my point is there's so much we could accomplish together as a team and as friends. So if you're so in love with the idea, why did you panic and run away at the thought of it? Almost immediately her outburst of joy dampens down some...
I'm not sure I can just leave my home. Thing is, I live at my family's estate. I grew up there. I've never lived anywhere else. And even though I'm an adult, capable of making my own decisions, I don't know. I don't feel like I can just pull up stakes and leave my family like that.
Oh. Ah, you're supporting them. They need you?
Kind of the opposite. I'm the youngest in the family. All my brothers and sisters are business moguls, technology experts, success stories. And here I am, the little girl who plays video games. They think of me as aimless, tinkering with the children's game nobody will ever want to play. They're not happy with my decisions.
I'm hearing perfectly good reasons to leave, not to stay.
How do you think they'll react if I say, Mom and Dad, I want to move into an overcrowded house with a bunch of unemployed 20-somethings and play games all day long? I don't think they'd let me leave. They'd see it as more foolishness, on top of the foolishness I'm already involved in. If I leave, it's going to be a fight. They'll yell. They'll tell me I'm throwing my life away. It's going to be a huge, big, loud, angry mess. I don't I can't. I just can't face that. It terrifies me. I can't. So I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't join you at the team house. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're a grown adult, just like you said. You can choose your own direction in life. If you need strength to get through this in confrontation, I'm here for you. I think it's worth fighting for what you want in life. Isn't it worth a try? Grace, you're not alone in this. We're all here standing behind you. And if you need, like, a tag team partner, I'm here for you. Would it help to have someone by your side when you confront your parents over this? No, I mean, no. An outsider of the family would probably just make it worse. But you're right. You're all standing with me. Jinx has been very supportive of my independence. I know she'd want me to break away from the family, too. I need to envision that strength. Think of how you and the others would rise to the occasion. Take my cues from your strength. I'll figure something out. I will figure out a way to make this
okay.
work. I want to join you all. I want to live with my friends. Yes, I'll do it. I'll join the team house. Great. 3 cheers for the archives and our new home. Hip hip, hooray. So, where are we going to be living exactly? I have not decided yet. Honestly, I've had Iris looking for places to stay for days and no luck finding the perfect place. And now with Jinx flat out refusing to join us, well, I know what's going on there. She's uncomfortable making us adapt a new home to her disability. It's costly to renovate a place for her. We have the money, that's why I got us a sponsor. It's more money than you'd think, Crystal, even with sponsor money. But why pay for something when you already have something that works perfectly? What do you mean, Grace? Why don't we get the apartment next to Jinx's and merge the two into a pseudo house? That way she doesn't have to move, just take on some roomies. Wait, what? We can just do that? Are there vacancies above Good Clean Fun? Wait, why didn't my Iris find them for me already? Oh, Jinx's sibling owns the buildings and usually only rents to low-income or elderly locals. But if we talk it over with them and explain our situation, well, that'd solve a lot of problems, right? I mean, if you want to find something else where I'm sure we could... No. This is perfect. That means the animators don't have to make a lot of new... The illustrators don't have to make a lot of new stuff. It's better than anything I could have hoped for. The renewed burst of hope and optimism sweeps us both away, awash in smiles. In other words, it's still probably not the best time to ask her about the whole Polybius Iris connection. No need to torpedo the good mood. I'll have to wait. I still need to talk this over with Jinx, convince her to let us into her life as a compromise in return for not needing to move. And arrange meetings, make phone calls, confront my parents. But I'm sure it'll all be fine. And we can keep playing at Good Clean Fun. Our arcade stays our home. But there's still work ahead of us, many unknowns. But this is a great start. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. It's just an elevator right away. Exactly. Our home is our home in every sense of the word. I'm very resistant to change, I know, and this is probably not helping me totally break away from comfortable routine. But who cares? Our arcade, it's awesome.
Okay.
I'll head upstairs and talk it over with Jinx. We'll let you know when we've got a meeting arranged to try and rent the apartment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you joined us. So glad I can be your friend. I care about you, Grace, and I want you to be happy. Whatever it takes. Aw, thanks so much. Grace and I leave the pizzeria, with her departing to visit Jinx, and me departing to join up with the rest of the crew. While we took turns destroying each other in FOD2, Jinx and Grace chatted. By the end of the day, both were on board with the idea. I could have sworn I even saw the hint of a smile on her face. A wave of relief washed over me, feeling like the hard part was over. Now we just had to make the proper arrangements. A small first step in the right direction. As the evening progressed, calls were placed, meetings arranged, and surprisingly Jinx's familiar landlord agreed to meet with me next day. All I needed to do was get through one good night's rest and we'd be on our way to a team house. A certain victory in its own sense. A home. Our home. These feelings kept me nice and warm and snuggled in my bed as I drifted off to sleep. Not you again. The crown will be yours if you kneel, and accept the crown will be yours if you kneel. Beep beep. I jolted upright, nearly falling out of bed, but catching myself just in time. Sunlight peeking through the slats of my window blinds stunned me momentarily. It's morning already? Polybius, it comes. Beep beep, Crystal. Good morning. Good morning. You have a 10 a.m. appointment with Jian, yeah? I try to rub the sleep out of my eyes, but my left hand is all cramped up for some reason, which does little to help. Who? Jian who? Jinx's sibling, the landlord of the GCF building. Right. I got a shower. Fell asleep in my clothes again. That's why I woke you up early, so you'll have plenty of time. Are you okay? You seem a bit unsettled. I'm fine, Everything is fine. Great, now let's get moving. The archives needs a home. Little by little, I pull myself together, getting ready to face the day. And little by little, I forget the nightmare I've been having since that night at Hamza's tournament. It's gone by the time I hit the subway platform. I arrive at the designated meeting place. Good, clean, fun pizzeria. Only an hour, only a minute or 3 to spare. Whew. My lack of sleep is catching up. Wonder if I've got any sugar or anything. I think I might go take a quick break and see if I can track down something with some sugar in it so I can keep going. Okay, I'll be right back. We'll go ahead and run an ad. Hi. I got an apple. I remember reading somewhere that supposedly an apple will wake you up better than a cup of coffee. I think it's a Fuji. Alright, I arrive at the designated meeting place, the pizzeria, with only a minute or 3 to spare. Jinx is already there, waving me over to the corner booth. Grace usually favors, although Grace isn't here. It's almost time. I know. Sorry for almost being late. Is Grace joining us? Nah. High-stress business transaction scenarios on her thing. High stress? How much of a hard ass is your sibling anyway? I'll let you figure that out for yourself. No hints? No tips or tricks? Not my race to run. You're in the driver's seat. I'm just here for the free za while you squirm. Here, have one. Qian's pain. With a shrug, I reach over to the offered dish and fetch a slice of Veggie Lover's Ultimate Super Deluxe Extreme, a Ben and Matt specialty. Vegan's not my ideal. I gnaw my meat fresh off the bone, ideally, but Jian's super into healthy eating and exercise and yoga. So someone who's incredibly centered and confident and strong and healthy and ready to tear me limb from limb in rental negotiation. You'll see. Well, I've come to kick ass myself, and I'm not going to be intimidated by Jian, no matter how high and mighty they carry themselves, and they're right behind me, aren't they? Hello? Yeah, I guess I see it. Stern-looking individual looming large behind me, having somehow silently snuck up, slides a business card across the table before sitting down. Mix Jian. Yeah. Chinatown Investment Opportunities, LLC, as it says on the card. Are you two twinsies? Look at the subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god, it even has a watermark. Let's make this fast. There are 3 units on the 5th floor with water damage, and I'm directing work crews. I'm a hands-on real estate manager. I want to be up there supervising those efforts, not taking meetings all day. Oh, right. They look at me from the drooping slice of veggie pizza to my nervous expression, evaluating me, much like Jinx tends to. So you're one of those gamers Jinx hangs out with. Yeah, that's me, a gamer is what I am. I am she. And now you want to combine my little sister's apartment into the one next door to make a, how'd she put it, team house? Yeah, that's the plan. Also, she can play video games all day, allegedly getting paid for it. I have to say, Miss the Mason, I have my doubts. Oh, great, she knows I'm a Mason. They know my soul. I'm doomed. You may not be aware of this, but my family owns this particular chunk of Chinatown. We've owned it for generations. I'm the one who ultimately owns Good Clean Fun. Ben and Matt operate it so I can focus on other affairs. I own the apartments. I own the corner bodega. I'm trying to preserve the character of Chinatown, Ms. the Mason, in the face of pressures from far larger developers than I am. I don't have time to be distracted by wild goose chases and esports dreams. So what exactly can you possibly say to convince me I shouldn't have you thrown out of my building? That we have a lot of sponsor money? And that we want to do something cool with Jinx? Alright, be convincing. Oh, lovely. An intense identity situation. You can only pick a response that matches my tops, so... Well, that sucks. We have a dream, Mixie. A dream we all share as a team bound by friendship. To play games together and reach for the championship. But if we're going to make that dream come true, we need to be able to practice together. Becoming better and better friends. And for that, the next step is to gather together and live in a team house. Jian's impassive expression does not change in the slightest. So, if you love your sister... No, not implying that you don't love her. Just trying to say... What I'm saying is... Jian raises one hand to stop me. Mason, I only have one thing to say to your so far very generous offer. Of course I'd be happy to rent to you and your friends, you silly goose. Were you fucking with me this whole time? Are you... Jinx just won't stop talking about how super cool you and your friends are. You make her happy, and well, anything that makes my dear sister happy makes me... Oh, jeez. Oh, I hate you. Yeah, option 2. What? Option 2, if that had been serious, like, that felt like even worse. Like, I was going for the least worst option. I'd actually decided to rent the apartment to you before I even sat down. I just wanted to see you squirm a bit first. It was adorable.
Nice.
Should have seen the expression on your face, Crystal. I'm done. I'm done. I quit. Jinx, you're team captain. I'm out. I blink once, then twice. I release a breath I hadn't known I was holding. My face frozen. Crystal? Excuse me a moment. Restarting my heart. I repeatedly smack a fist against my chest to resume normal cardiac operations. So, we're good? You'll rent the place next to Jinx's apartments to the archives? Crimson Tiger is willing to pay the deposit if that's an issue. Absolutely, I'll rent to you. I like you. I like your friends. But I think we need to adjust our strategy a bit first. To make things easier on Jinx, I'd like to suggest installing a connecting door and making the 2 units into one whole. That way everything's under one single renting contract. I'll need a month to arrange proper permits and the work crew, but all in all, I think we can do this. Okay then, that's great, wonderful. Heck, I bet you're so happy that you'd be willing to rent to us for free. No. Okay. Thought I'd try. They slide out of the booth, adjusting a well-tailored clothes to make themselves proper and presentable once more. You'll be able to move in 30 days from now. Jinx mentioned to use an iris. Excellent. My iris will contact your iris and work out the logistics. Yeah. Did you see? Did you see? I got it fixed. I got it fixed. A pleasure doing business with you, Mason.
Sorry about that.
Just too much fun to let Jian play with you like a cat with a laser pointer. We could have an in-arcade practice sessions till then. Everyone will need that time to arrange their own adult-type paperwork responsibilities anyway. And then, the archives will have a new home. The months slid by quickly enough. We'd gather for a few hours at GCF's arcade to train in and around various side jobs the team held, taking community time into account. Honestly, scheduling is a bit messy. I'm looking forward to using sponsor money to get as many team salaries as we can to eliminate that problem. But today is the day, moving day. Trucks pull up to the front of the building now and then, offloading what meager few possessions we have to haul up to apartments 108 and 109, or as they so henceforth be known, the Archives HQ. Headquarters sounds way cooler than Team House anyway. Probably best to just stay out of the way and let the movers work. Just chill in the arcade for the afternoon. Let Jian wrangle the logistics. So, who do I want to hang out? Who do you think I want to hang out with? Who do you think I'm going to be hanging out with? Come on, for reals. But in the meantime, Polybius stalks the corridors of... Yeah, quiet. Why'd you have to bring that back up? Who are we going to hang out with? Ben and Matt, but I feel like I'm not going to get anything out of it. Rhapsody. Hi Zapper. And Domino's dodging space bullets. Alright, let's hope that apple did its job. Oh, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? I mean, obviously I've got to go talk to Zapper, right? I can't, like, not talk with Zapper.
I must protest.
Which is why they've done nothing. Now, they're de facto approving of the evil itself.
Are you kidding me?
What else do you expect them to do? Hold hands and sing Kumbaya? Wrong place, wrong time for that sort of thing. I don't know what you guys are arguing about, but I'm on Zapper's side. Okay, apparently I'm walking into a heated debate. May need to step in here if Zapper starts getting abusive. She's learning self-control. But I promised her I'd intervene if anything goes wrong. Fortunately, my arrival draws her attention. Hey, Crystal, Loxley's being an overly optimistic dreamer again.
This is messy.
Loxley, my dude, I get that in a perfect world everything would be super cool and he could say anything he wants, but this ain't that. Nor will it be until those with power are willing to step up and embrace empathy rather than avarice. Okay, may as well hurl myself directly into oblivion and ask, what are you two arguing about? It's less an argument and more of a clash of perspective, mine being sensible and his being idealistic. I'm perfectly fine with being called idealistic. Back up a bit and start again. I just got here. Fine. Loxley, you first. Yesterday, an esports competitor was being interviewed after a major tournament win, and in his victory speech he declared, "Free blank revolution now." Oh, is this a Palestine thing? And the game's publisher promptly banned him from play for 6 months and fired the person interviewing him for allowing it. Wait. The person interviewing them worked for the game publisher? And if they just shouted it out, how is that? Could be Hong Kong. Yeah. I certainly have my opinions on Hong Kong, but I'm also afraid that the Chinese government legit, like, monitors me. I used to work there. It actually was a lovely place. The people are so amazing. The food was nice. I lived very well in China. Whatever you want it to be, really. Yeah. We'll say Utah. We'll say Utah. Free Utah. Free Utah. Free Utah. Which sucks. I'm not arguing it doesn't suck. It's an all-around pile of suck. Thank you, Dagworth. For too long, the people of Utah have been underneath oppressive boots. But the ban came down because a gaming event is the wrong. Hiya, Cardi. Thank you for the hydrate. The Great Salt Lake thirst for the tears of the oppressors. Hiya, Cardi. How you doing, hun? Cardi, what did you think of the Game Awards? It's like expecting nuance on Facewall, and the guy signed a contract agreeing to that. The contract wording was intentionally vague, and I doubt the company. Bad showing overall? And I doubt the company would punish him if he said the USA rules, which I might add is also a political statement. Trailers were fine. Most of the content in between was meh. What are you what was it? Wuthering Waves? You weren't all on board for Wuthering Waves? I am a little surprised that it didn't go to Silk Song, but you know, maybe this is my sign that I should try Expedition 33.
I disagree, my
No,
friend.
no, this is clearly fear of reprisal from the government of, which is simultaneously a huge game. Oh no, yeah, this is definitely China then. This is a China-Hong Kong thing. Just talking about negatively is a good way to get punished, with corporations climbing into bed with them on a daily basis. No Silk Song, no Casey. Yeah, I'm sorry. How many awards did Expedition 33 get? Was it like 9 or something? Loxley's right about that. It wouldn't be just to mention XXDX, specifically by name, just to be on the safe side. This isn't about them. It's about games and keeping the focus on games, not politics. All discourse is political, my friend. Games are art and therefore political. Including Game of the Year, yeah. Bleh. Not this again. Look, I'm not sitting here, okay? I don't like what they've been doing any more than you do. And hell, the publisher is probably run by an abusive patriarchal sticks. I'm not playing cheerleader for anyone here, but expecting a video game company to do anything other than get out of the way of that oncoming freight train is absurd. It's not their place to start an international incident. And when I sit down and play a game, I just want to play a game, you know? I don't want to play those games that are thinly veiled military recruitment campaigns either. I want game storefronts to yank obvious propaganda games. I want racist trolls out of the communities. Keep things welcoming for everyone by keeping politics out.
A bit concerning, that.
And who decides what's political and what isn't? That's the rub. I feel someone needs to stand up or this is going to happen again and again. And as a member of the gaming community, I'd like it to be us. It's also important for those of us that have platforms of privilege from which to speak that we use them boldly against the evils of the world. But we've both ranted enough, haven't we? Considering Crystal was our acting manager / cat ringlet, I'm curious how she would interpret the situation. Just in case I feel like, oh, I don't know, making scary political statements after the archives wins the Pro Tour. Holy shit, people, you're dumping this on me now. No worries, I support my friends. I'll respect your wishes on this matter, regardless of what they are. You have my loyalty, that will always come first. Yeah, let's not back Crystal into a corner on this one. I'm cool whatever you decide to. No, I'm in a corner. I'm in a corner here. You're on Team Loxley here? Yeah, but there's a difference between idealism and like pragmatism. If you lose your platform because you stand up, then you can't do anything to help anymore. Let me put it to you this way. Let's imagine you are winning these tournaments, and at these tournaments you make a shite ton of money. You can use that money to fund programs to help. You can use that money to donate to politicians that agree with your ideology to help promote your views so that people that are supposed to be wielding political power can help sway not just public opinion but world politics, right? Or you can go up on stage at the Game Awards, shout something, divide the community between those that approve and those that don't, and still not accomplish anything, but also get fired and lose the money and privilege you had to be able to make a difference in the way that you could. It's about pragmatism. What can you do? What is more valuable? One time of shouting out, hey, this thing is bad, or using resources that you gain to actually make a difference. Think about, we're freeing Utah, okay? Think about if Utah is under terrible, heavy, authoritarian rule. I can shout it out, and then I can, maybe if I'm lucky, I get a discussion started, but I definitely get fired. But if I continue on and I win, I can now use those funds to send food aid to Utah. I can use those funds to help invest in programs like Doctors Without Borders, International Kitchens, the Red Cross, people that can go into those areas and actually make a difference. In the end, it's selfish of me to make that statement all about me when I can do more good quietly. You're still Team Locksley. If you get struck down after making a ruckus, it'll draw attention to your cause. People were displeased even when Blizzard came after that Hearthstone commentator. True, but are they talking about it right now? How long does that ruckus last? And were there any changes that came from that ruckus? You have to weigh actual pragmatic change versus displays of valor. But I'm a Mason. I sit behind a desk and I think pragmatically. That's my job. That's what I do. A paladin's probably going to tell you to go in there, guns a-blazing. I'm going to tell you to think about it and think about what your actions you can do that will actually give you a net positive, the higher benefit, what you can do to alleviate the most suffering. Will shouting out something at an award ceremony alleviate more suffering than funneling considerable wealth into projects like the Red Cross and International Kitchens and Doctors Without Borders, and into the campaigns of politicians whose job it is to point out those things and shout them out and actually take the risk on themselves? The politicians aren't getting fired for pointing these things out. I might be. And the minute my sponsorship, the minute my contract is canceled, my ability to affect anything is over. So do I want one shot of screaming into the void, or do I want a continuous, if much less flashy, method that actually produces results? Right? I can know that someone in Utah will be eating dinner tonight because my money helped fund International Kitchens that went in behind the lines and delivered food. That's the difference. So do you think it's reasonable to disallow politics at a gaming event, or is it reprehensible to silence them? It's about pragmaticism. It's not about... Yes, it is reprehensible to silence them. Right? I don't want anyone silenced. But a company is not going to... You gotta, like... That's not how companies work. I don't like capitalism. I don't like the system we're in. I wish it was different. But I have to operate under the rules of this system one way or the other. One way or the other, whether I like the rules of the system we're in, that's what I have to work with. I can scream about an idealized system where I can make a difference by standing up and putting my heart on my chest, my hand on my heart, right? And giving an impassioned speech. But that's not the system that we're stuck with. That's not the rules that we're playing by. And as much as I hate them, I have to play by these rules because that's all I'm offered. It's reasonable. Like it or not, game companies are expected to provide neutral ground wherever possible. It's reprehensible. People should take a stand for what they believe in. I do believe they should take a stand from what they believe in. But at the Game Awards, that's not a good place for it. You can do much more good without having to be a huge valor act. It's reasonable and reprehensible. Can't imagine it going down any other way. But we don't have to approve of the results. So player says something they don't like. And Utah's a huge gaming market. I can't see any other possible outcome for this situation. Every single step along the way stands to reason. The ban stands to reason. But it's also a complete mess, and I can absolutely fault the company for getting into this situation to begin with. They backed themselves into a corner, you know? They don't have any choice but to censor the player, but that's because they chose to get in bed with Utah. It's the logical consequence of their decisions. If you choose an unreliable business partner, don't be surprised and cry foul when it inevitably goes wrong. So I'd say they did what they had to do to keep their innocent employees from getting hurt, but they should feel the sting of consequence and community pushback. That's a nuanced perspective, and I can appreciate that. I suppose the outcome is, look at her. Hi, Zapper. Did I impress you? God, those lips. Anyway, what are we talking about? Something about sushi? Sushi rolls? Oh, I suppose that even if it is important to consider the well-being of those in the company...
I concur, friend.
But you're also right in that we must collectively push against this, speaking up loud and true. You know, you put into words what I was thinking. I'm bad with words. Glad I have such a good words person around. I can't see the company doing anything else, but it's definitely still a situation. I'm all for speaking up against it as long as we understand why it happened. Also, the bastards who run Utah. Hear, hear. Living with y'all is going to be interesting at least, especially with Loxley and I under one roof. I promise not to start any fights though. Team cohesion above all. Glad I'm specifically bunking with Rhapsody though. You don't have to bunk with Rhapsody, you know, if you wanted to bunk with, you know, like someone else. Like, you know, like we both have long red hair, right? And like, you know, hair gets everywhere, and like if you were with Rhapsody, like it would you would know, like, cause like you would see like dark hair, and you'd be like, oh, Rhapsody, you got like your dark hair all over my chair, and then she'd be like, oh, Zapper, you got red hair on my waffle iron or whatever, you know. And like, but like if, you know, you were rooming with someone who also had red hair, then like you'd never know whose was whose, and like, so, you know, it would just, you know, you'd have to accept, oh, that might be mine. I guess I won't make a big deal about it, right? Wait, you're telling Kit what? What are you telling Kit? What in the world? What are you telling Kit? How dare? Team cohesion after all. Glad I'm specifically, but yeah. Likewise, I promise to retain cordial and not allow differing viewpoints to tear the archives apart. It wouldn't be fair to Crystal or anyone else. So 3 cheers for the Archives HQ. Long may it stand. Hip hip, hooray. Smiles and good cheer all around. But also a bit of a reminder that I'm in charge of keeping some very, very different people all focused on the same goal. More responsibility than I asked for. More than I wanted, but I can do this for the sake of my friends. Alright, anyone else I should talk to? Oh, this might be my last chance to talk to them, just so I could, yeah. Tell them that my simpery is no longer being directed at her. No, of course not, Dagorth. My simpery is not directed at Kizzy at all. Definitely. I'm directing my simpery at someone with red hair and forearm tattoos that likes to play shooty games. Yeah. That's where I'm directing my simpery. So You know what? Go ahead and tell Kizzy. You have my blessing. You know what? You know what? It's fine. You literally, you have my blessing to go over to her channel and tell her that I'm simping for Zapper. Okay? It is fine. I am beyond ecstatic to see what she says. Daggerth, I feel like you are missing some very key context. But please, go. Oh yeah, and you can't see it. Hold on. But, yeah, Domino's behind me. Or perhaps a simper looking down the scope. Sniper. Sniper? Simper? I don't think that works. I don't think that works very well. Okay, do I want Domino or Rhapsody? I feel bad because now that I realize, like, we won't be seeing Ben and Matt as much, even if they're theoretically right there. Domino's the one that I have the most trouble. There's immense potential here between firearms and simping. It doesn't work. Now go. Honor your threat. Honor your threat. I'm calling your bluff. I'm calling your bluff. Go tell Kizzy that I am simping over the character in the game that has red hair, arm tattoos, and likes to play pew-pews. Okay? You have my complete blessing. Hold up, I want to hear this real quick. I mean, if she asks me to, definitely. Alright. We can mute it again. Oh, I can't wait to raid into her. Okay, where was I? Let's start aiming towards an end here. 2.5, 3. Oh, she's totally heartbroken, I can tell. Did you even tell? You gotta tell her who I'm simping for. Jeez. I find Domino chilling in his usual spot in front of the battered plastic Japanese arcade cabinet, loaded with all his shmup faves. Although, ow. Why are you throwing stuff at me? You're supposed to be on my side. Although chilling is probably not accurate, as usual he's hyper-focused on a massively complicated bullet spam pattern from hell, desperately hanging on to the edge of survival. And yet he finds just enough mental time sure to say hello. Hello. Hey, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. No, it's fine, I'm good. It's a good day. I'm all packed up and ready to go on permanent vacation with y'all. Where's your luggage? You didn't register with the movers, so I figured you'd be bringing this stuff in by hand or something. But I don't see any boxes or suitcases or travel trunks or anything out there. And Domino glances to a battered duffel bag lying on the ground next to his arcade cabinet. Got it all right here. That's it? Sum total of my worldly possessions. Well, the stuff worth keeping anyway. Oh, the joys of riding the poverty line like a skateboard rail. With his game wrapped up, he turns to chat with me while leaning against the cabinet. Seems genuinely happy, possibly for the first time that I've seen.
This can't possibly end badly.
You're on whichever side is funnier. What are you, Roger Rabbit? This is going to be fun. Assuming we aren't murdering each other by the end of the first week, it'll be nice not to live alone anymore. I'd like to think we can handle this new living arrangement with minimum of bloodshed. My hope is to provide a friendly, welcoming sort of gamer's paradise for us all. You know, I never liked that word. Paradise? Gamers.
That's curious.
I mean, what is a gamer really? It's branding and marketing shorthand, a defined role given to us by the media to act as a convenient carrying handle. No, we came up with it first and they adopted it. When a major corporation making sweet bank off of you is telling you who and to be and what opinions to hold. Been spending most our lives living in a gamer's paradise. And what opinions to fight to the death over? Well, that's worrying. And to an extent, the esports scene completely buys into it. You don't want to make sponsors unhappy, and sponsors want you to stick to the script. Crimson Tiger only exists because some soda company decided they needed a gamer drink for the gamer lifestyle and invented a brand to cover the gap.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Thus, the loop is closed. We become part of our own subservience. Don't ever make that face again. I will slap that look off of your face. Kind of went off on a Loxley-esque rant there. Yes. It's okay. It all made sense to me. We have to be careful not to perpetuate stereotypes. I think gamer's fine as long as you're your own gamer, not someone's tool. Tossing the word gamer is like throwing out a baby with the bathwater, isn't it? We do play video games, so we're gamers. The key is in refusing to change what kind of a gamer you are. If we don't fit the stereotype too fucking bad, we are who we are. I'm not going to compromise that, even for Crimson Tiger. Very confident. Hopefully that holds true the first time Crimson Tiger pushes back on something. But I'll put faith in you being able to stand firm in the face of that. How well am I doing with him? Not great. I got the one I need. Maybe it's for the best that I'm bunkmates with Loxley for this Archives HQ experiment. We see eye to eye on this stuff. So you picked out your room assignment already?
Yeah.
Yeah. John's moving stuff around accordingly. Starting tomorrow, the Archives HQ is in full effect. I'd suggest... Oh, I missed it. History. I'd suggest a huge party to celebrate, but let's not annoy our landlord on day one. Plus, I'm usually the one who sits in the corner talking to the pets during a party, because when I try to mingle, people go, "Oh, look at the time," and wander off. That's because you make that face.
I mean,
Honestly, I'm less worried about someone else on the team starting drama than myself accidentally causing some. Yeah, Domino's slightly on the spectrum.
not the worst idea.
My hope is that I'll be a bit less morose if I'm around cheerful people. I mean, it's half the reason I keep coming back to GCF. Being a shut-in really drives people up the wall, across the sin, and down the other side. He's got a very charming smile. Yeah, very... just, oh, so charming. I don't know how folks like Loxley managed it before today. Hang on, weren't you a shut-in too? I lived alone, if that's what you mean.
That's curious.
And you didn't have an arcade to fall back on to pump up your social media either. How'd you do it? How'd you avoid losing your marbles from isolation? Maybe I did go completely scooters. I'm just really good at hiding it. Honestly, I didn't. I just focused on grinding FOD2 all day and avoid thinking about the loneliness. Maybe I did go completely scooters. For all you know, I could be all smiles and friendship on the outside, but back home I have a collection of human femurs. Maybe this whole the archives thing is a clever ruse to lead you onto my trap, etc.
Nope.
See, normally I'm the one to make a joke like that, but from you it just feels weird and wrong. Let's leave the unpleasant yet humorous reminders of our current actual reality to the master, shall we? Oh, right, sorry. Whatever, I'm too stoked for our new house to really let anything get me down. I'm not used to feeling this jovial and confident. It's a pleasant thing to be sure. Be nice if I could keep it rolling more than a day or two. Usually I get slam dunked back to the suck after it passes, but hey, who knows, maybe with more contact with optimists like you and Grace, I can keep it going. Okay, I should double check to make sure I didn't actually leave anything behind. My old landlord dumped all my crap on the curb for garbage pickup. I may need to root through it.
Seeing you.
Yeah, like that toaster. See ya, got it. Alright, maybe like another 15 minutes. We'll go to like the half-hour mark. And then I gotta get some sleep for tomorrow's Saturday morning cartoons. Rhapsody's just hanging out in the laundry area upon first glance, but as I approach them, I see them watching the movers with an attentive eye, senses glued to the people moving our box goods. I had Iris check several moving companies for me, and these are the ones these ones were two the best. No moving accident in over a year. Are you worried they're gonna throw your stuff around?
Nah.
Not exactly. I just want to ensure my belongings make it to the new home without any trouble. I have a lot of very important items in those boxes. I'd be heartbroken if something happened to them. And I really have nothing else I can do right now, right? Everything else is packed up. Now that I think about it, actually, I guess I was a bit worried. You sensed it before I could. You're really getting in tune with all of us and our feelings, aren't you, Crystal? Yeah, 11 a.m. Pacific time, Saturday. So make sure you grab some cereal and join us. We're going to be looking at Christmas cartoons. It's what a good friend and manager and cat herder does. But no need to worry, Rhapsody, I'm not worried, so you shouldn't be worried. Don't you worry about blank. Let me worry about blank. Just think of how grand this will be, all of us friends living together. Think of all the training and the laughs that'll be had. Everything from here on out is going to be perfect. Mostly. What do you mean mostly?
Might work.
I do enjoy your very gung-ho attitude about everything. It makes me hopeful in turn, but oblivious optimism is not the smartest way to approach this. Well, most times it will be just dandy. There will also be certain issues. You'll need to be prepared for that. What if Zap and I have an argument over the lack of peace and quiet in our own room? What if Loxley and Domino can't agree on how cluttered they keep their space? What if Grace and Jinx... So Grace is going to be living with Jinx, so I've got my own room? Is that... What if Grace and Jinx start fighting over rent? How will you deal with those tumultuous episodes when they arise? We're all adults. We'll communicate. It's not like I haven't thought about this. Of course, we won't get along all the time. This isn't some happy, idealist bubble I'm living in, but I also know we're all capable adults. On top of that, we're friends, and we know how to talk to each other. We just have to be an open floor from the start and be able to share our feelings with each other. Honesty and understanding and willingness to listen is the cocktail for success. If that's the drink you're serving, I'll gladly slurp that mix up. Oh, never mind. Thanks. Gross. Rhapsody takes a deep breath and a moment to mull over my words. They seem hesitant, but wanting to continue. I don't mean to overstep, Crystal. I've lived firsthand with this experience, and sometimes it gets ugly. You mean you lived with Team P2W? Rhapsody nods, a slight sadness to their smile. No matter how cheery and great it seems at first, there are things you can't possibly know about those who you're moving in with. We all have our secrets, and P2W certainly had theirs. I didn't realize how awful they all were until I lived with them. When I first joined, I merely thought their haughtiness was all an act. Most of us tend to inflate our personalities when we're in the spotlight, and I thought it was all for show. But as we know, it's
That's not a good look.
I saw them harass and abuse others in the community constantly. Winning is all that mattered to them, and they did everything and anything to do so. Sabotage and manipulation was always on the table with them, and no matter how hard I tried to ignore it, I had the means to win. I had the resources at my fingertips. I was surrounded by the best. I could have won. Really won. But in the end, I just couldn't deal with it. Wait, I thought you said they kicked you out. They did. After I gave up emotionally, my skills and performance tanked. The harassment turned to me, thinking it would inspire me to do better.
It was my fault.
It didn't. And eventually they officially removed me. I constantly think, what if? What if I had stayed? What if I just done something? Would it have changed anything? Those are unreasonable expectations to put on yourself. Playing the what if game will get you nowhere, Rhapsody. You're smart enough to see that. Yeah, that's true. You could have 1,000 what if scenarios run in your head, but honestly, do you think that if you'd stayed in that house, that you'd be here now with the archives? Maybe. I think as much as you'd wish that deep in your heart, you know it wouldn't be the same. That kind of attitude warps people. I know because my friend Kizzy joined P2W and I can see her slowly changing. I don't even think she sees it. So if you'd stayed with P2W, you wouldn't be the great friend I know now.
I see your point.
Yeah, you're right. Rhapsody's eyes lock intently with my own. And I wouldn't have met you either, and that's a far worse crime. Right? Can't have you, going around committing crimes. Unless it's you stealing my heart, Rhapsody. What was that, Crystal? I didn't quite catch it. Regardless, I'm done dwelling on the past for now. I have new things to focus my energy on. I need to elevate my skills in FOD2. It's not just about your performance. The joys of FOD2 is that you always have a partner. Doubles. Yes, that's true. I've been singles all my life. I've never tried to achieve the greatness in a doubles team. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I know what this is. I know what this is. I've already verbally committed myself to Zapper. Rhapsody is about to ask if I want to form a more perfect union here. And I feel like if I do, that's going... Oh, I don't know. I don't know if this game is down for harems. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Dagworth, you want to research? Find out if this game allows harems? Nope, this isn't going to go well. I can taste it. I can taste it. I can feel it. It's in the air. This is a bad idea.
What if we switch it up?
This new game brings new challenges. Maybe if I can't do it alone, I can reach success with a friend. You're not alone, Rhapsody. Our success is your success. We'll all work together to win. And I promise we won't be a reflection of your experience at P2W's team house. That's a relief. I'm glad not to have that stress. That's the spirit. You won't need to escape from us. Unless we all turn to zombies, then you should run. Definitely run. I'd like to keep my brain, yes. Thanks for talking to me all about this. I think we're going to have a great time living together. I think so too. Rhapsody's eyes dart away from me and return to the movers. Oh, that's my casting equipment in that box. Crystal, need to make sure this gets up to the apartment without any hitches. I nod and understanding as Rhapsody jumps up and helps the movers with the door. Reflecting briefly on my conversation with Rhapsody, sure, there will be tough times ahead. I know all of us working together should be able to conquer anything before us. I trust in this team. I trust us. Speaking of, I should see what the rest of them are up to. The sun's already gone down? Why the heck haven't we moved in yet? I'd say we're burning daylight, but we're fresh out. Beep beep, Crystal, you have an incoming message from Jinx. Hey there, John's trying to get our arcade game working and running into problems. Any idea how to boot up a custom arcade PC? Real mess up here right now. Huh, it's just a PC in a fancy wooden box. I thought arcade games were all specialized hardware. Retro games, yes. Modern ones tend to use off-the-shelf components. Want me to reply to her? Oh, wait, I've got another message for you, this time from Grace. I could use hand moving my game collection. Can you take the subway to 23rd Street Station? Moving these boxes myself is proving difficult. Ah, game. Rhapsody could easily get an FOD2 machine going. They're a computery type person like you, and I'm sure Loxley would be more than happy to carry some boxes for Grace. I don't know. Maybe this is a good point to stop at anyway. I think so. Alright, I am very tired and I have that cartoon stream in the morning, so why don't we go ahead and raid out. Remember, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time, that's Kizzy time. Go to sleep, Archiver. I will. Just remember, tomorrow, we've got Saturday morning cartoons. Make sure you have a bowl of cereal and your imagination and your nostalgia for your childhood cartoons. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't miss it. And make sure you have cereal. I'm going to be asking you what cereal you're eating, okay? Okay, love you all. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get this raid started. Alright, grab your raid messages and let's head on over. Thank you very much. I love you all. Mwah. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.